The starship Valiant glided silently through the vast expanse of space, its sleek silver hull reflecting the distant twinkling of countless stars. Inside, the ship hummed with a symphony of advanced technology, each system operating in perfect harmony to maintain the delicate balance of life aboard. At the heart of this floating metropolis, 16-year-old Aria Duval leaned against a window in the observation deck, gazing out into the infinite void. Aria had always been fascinated by the stars. Even as a child, she would spend hours on the family farm, lying on her back in the cool grass, her eyes fixed on the night sky. The stars had been her constant companions, offering solace and wonder in a world that often felt too small and confining. Now, as a cadet in the Starfleet Academy, Aria's dreams of exploring the cosmos were finally becoming a reality. "Beautiful, isn't it?" a voice behind her said. Aria turned to see her best friend, Jackson Cade, approaching with a lopsided grin on his face. Jackson had been her closest confidant since their academy days, and his easygoing demeanor always put her at ease. "Yeah," Aria replied, a smile tugging at the corners of her lips. "It's hard to believe we're actually out here so far from home." Jackson nodded, his gaze shifting to the window. "We've come a long way, Aria, and this is just the beginning." Their conversation was interrupted by the sound of the ship's intercom crackling to life. "All cadets report to the briefing room." Immediately, the voice of Captain Rourke commanded. "This is not a drill." Aria and Jackson exchanged a quick glance, their expressions sobering. They knew that when the captain called for an urgent meeting, it meant something significant was about to happen. They hurried through the corridors, joining the throngs of other cadets making their way to the briefing room. The room was abuzz with nervous energy as the cadets settled into their seats. Captain Rourke, a stern yet fair leader with a weathered face that spoke of years of experience, stood at the front of the room. His piercing blue eyes scanned the crowd, ensuring he had everyone's attention before he began to speak. "Cadets," he began, his voice steady and commanding, "we have received a distress signal from a nearby planet in the Andromeda sector. The signal indicates that there may be survivors of a recent colony expedition that went missing several months ago. Our mission is to investigate the source of the signal and, if possible, rescue any survivors." A murmur rippled through the room. The Andromeda sector was known for its treacherous conditions and unpredictable anomalies. Many expeditions had ventured there, only to be lost without a trace. The prospect of a rescue mission filled the cadets with both excitement and apprehension. Captain Rourke continued, "This will be a dangerous mission, and I expect each of you to act with the utmost professionalism and bravery. We will be departing immediately. Dismissed." As the cadets filed out of the briefing room, Aria felt a surge of adrenaline. This was the moment she had been training for, the chance to prove herself and make a real difference. She and Jackson quickly made their way to the launch bay, where the shuttlecrafts were being prepped for departure. "Are you ready for this?" Jackson asked, his eyes sparkling with excitement. Aria nodded, her determination unwavering. "Absolutely. Let's go find those survivors." The shuttlecrafts launched from the Valiant, streaking through the void toward the distant planet. As they approached the atmosphere, the pilot initiated the descent sequence, and the shuttle began to shudder with the turbulence of re-entry. Aria's heart pounded in her chest, but she kept her focus, reminding herself of the countless simulations they had practiced at the academy. The shuttle touched down on the surface of the planet with a gentle thud. Aria and the other cadets quickly disembarked, their boots sinking slightly into the soft, sandy soil. The air was thin and cold, carrying a faint metallic tang that hinted at the planet's unique mineral composition. Aria surveyed their surroundings, noting the rugged terrain and the towering cliffs that loomed in the distance. The planet's sky was a deep, iridescent blue, dotted with swirling clouds of vibrant colors that seemed almost otherworldly. It was both beautiful and haunting, a stark reminder of the dangers that lay ahead. "All right, Team Lieutenant Harris," their commanding officer called out. "We need to locate the source of the distress signal. Split into groups and start scanning the area. Stay in constant communication and report any findings immediately." Aria and Jackson paired up, their scanners at the ready. As they moved through the rocky landscape, the silence was broken only by the occasional chirp of their devices and the soft crunch of their footsteps. Hours passed with no sign of the missing colonists, and Aria's initial excitement began to wane, replaced by a growing sense of unease. Suddenly, Jackson's scanner emitted a sharp beep. "I've got something," he said, his voice tense with anticipation. Arya rushed to his side, her own scanner confirming the signal. It was faint, but unmistakable a sign of life. They followed the signal, navigating through a narrow ravine that twisted and turned like a labyrinth. The walls of the ravine were lined with strange, luminescent plants that cast an eerie glow, illuminating their path. Finally, they emerged into a small clearing, where they found a makeshift camp. The camp was in disarray, with overturned crates and scattered supplies indicating a hasty departure. In the center of the clearing, they found a small group of survivors huddled together, their faces gaunt and weary. Among them was a young girl, no older than 10, clutching a tattered blanket. Arya's heart went out to them. "It's okay," she said gently, kneeling down to the girl's level. "We're here to help. My name is Arya, and this is Jackson. We're from the Starship Valiant." The girl's eyes widened with a mix of fear and hope. "Are you going to take us home?" she asked, her voice barely above a whisper. Arya nodded, a reassuring smile on her face. "Yes, we're going to take you home, but first we need to get you to safety." As they helped the survivors to their feet, Arya couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching them. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end, and she scanned the area, her eyes searching for any sign of danger. But the clearing remained eerily quiet, and she pushed her unease aside, focusing on the task at hand. They began the trek back to the shuttle, the survivors moving slowly due to their weakened state. Arya and Jackson took turns supporting them, offering words of encouragement and reassurance. The journey was arduous, and the sun had begun to set, casting long shadows across the landscape. Just as they reached the entrance of the ravine, a deafening roar echoed through the air. Arya's heart skipped a beat, and she turned to see a massive creature emerging from the shadows. It was unlike anything she had ever seen, towering and covered in thick, armored scales with glowing red eyes that seemed to burn with an otherworldly intensity. "Run!" Jackson shouted, his voice filled with urgency. The group broke into a sprint, adrenaline fueling their escape. Arya glanced over her shoulder, her breath catching in her throat as the creature gained on them, its powerful limbs propelling it forward with terrifying speed. They burst out of the ravine and into the open, the shuttlecraft visible in the distance. "We're almost there," Arya called out, her voice strained with effort. But the creature was closing in, and she knew they wouldn't make it in time. In a desperate move, Arya skidded to a halt and turned to face the creature, her blaster drawn. "Go," she yelled to Jackson and the survivors. "I'll hold it off." Jackson hesitated, his eyes filled with fear and determination. "I'm not leaving you, Arya." Arya's grip tightened on her blaster. "You have to. They need you. I'll be right behind you, I promise." With a reluctant nod, Jackson led the survivors toward the shuttle, leaving Arya to face the creature alone. She fired her blaster, the bolts of energy striking the creature's hide, but barely making a dent. The creature roared in anger, its eyes locking onto her with a malevolent glare. Arya's mind raced, searching for a way to outsmart the creature. She noticed a cluster of boulders nearby, and a plan began to form. She fired again, aiming for the creature's eyes to blind it temporarily. As it recoiled, she sprinted toward the boulders, her heart pounding in her chest. The creature followed, its rage palpable. Arya reached the boulders and scrambled up, using her blaster to dislodge the largest one. It tumbled down, striking the creature and causing it to stagger. With a final burst of strength, Arya pushed the boulder with all her might, sending it crashing onto the creature's head. The creature let out a final, agonized roar before collapsing to the ground. Arya slumped against the boulders, her chest heaving with exhaustion. She had done it. She had saved the survivors. Gathering her remaining strength, she made her way back to the shuttle. The hatch opened, and Jackson reached out to pull her inside. "You did it," he said, his voice filled with awe and relief. Arya nodded, a tired smile on her face. "We did it." As the shuttle lifted off, Arya looked out the window, her eyes drawn once more to the stars. They had faced incredible danger and triumphed, and as they soared through the cosmos, she knew that their journey was far from over. The universe was vast and full of mysteries, and she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. The Valiant welcomed them back with open arms, the survivors receiving immediate medical attention and care. Captain Rohr commended Arya and Jackson for their bravery, and the entire crew celebrated the successful mission. But even in the midst of the celebration, Arya couldn't shake the feeling that their adventure was only beginning. As she lay in her bunk that night, the events of the day replayed in her mind. She thought of the young girl and the other survivors, and the creature that had nearly ended their lives. The stars outside her window seemed to twinkle with new intensity, as if whispering secrets of the universe to her. Arya's thoughts were interrupted by a soft chime from her communicator. She reached for it, curious. The message was from Jackson. "Meet me in the observation deck," it read. Intrigued, Arya slipped out of bed and made her way through the quiet corridors of the ship. When she arrived, she found Jackson standing by the window, his expression thoughtful. "What's on your mind?" Arya asked, joining him. Jackson glanced at her, a serious look in his eyes. "I can't stop thinking about that creature. What was it doing there? And why did it attack us?" Arya nodded, her own curiosity piqued. "I've been wondering the same thing. There's so much we don't know about that planet, and about the Andromeda sector in general." Jackson sighed, running a hand through his hair. "I feel like we're just scratching the surface of something much bigger, and I can't help but think that the answers are out there, waiting for us to find them." Arya placed a hand on his shoulder, offering a reassuring smile. "We'll figure it out, Jackson. Together. We've already proven that we can handle whatever comes our way." Jackson smiled back, his confidence bolstered by her words. "You're right. And I wouldn't want to face these challenges with anyone else." As they stood there, gazing out into the vast expanse of space, Arya felt a renewed sense of purpose. The universe was full of mysteries and dangers, but it was also full of wonders waiting to be discovered. And with Jackson by her side, she knew they were ready to face whatever the stars had in store. The days that followed were a whirlwind of activity. The Valiant's crew continued their exploration of the Andromeda sector, encountering new planets and civilizations, each more fascinating than the last. Arya and Jackson were at the forefront of these missions, their bond growing stronger with each challenge they faced. One such mission led them to the planet Elysium, a lush, green world teeming with life. The Valiant had received a transmission from an unknown source, and the crew was eager to investigate. As the shuttle descended through the atmosphere, Arya marveled at the vibrant landscape below. Elysium was a paradise, its surface covered in sprawling forests and sparkling lakes. The air was fresh and fragrant, filled with the sounds of exotic wildlife. Arya couldn't help but feel a sense of awe as they touched down in a clearing near the source of the transmission. Lieutenant Harris led the team, his scanner in hand. "The signal is coming from that direction," he said, pointing toward a dense thicket of trees. "Stay alert and proceed with caution." Arya and Jackson followed closely, their senses heightened. As they pushed through the underbrush, they came upon a hidden village, its inhabitants bustling with activity. The villagers were humanoid, with delicate features and skin that shimmered in the sunlight. They welcomed the crew with open arms, their leader, Elira, stepping forward to greet them. "Welcome to Elysium," Elira said, her voice melodic and warm. "We are honored to have visitors from the stars." Lieutenant Harris introduced the team and explained their mission. Elira listened attentively, her eyes filled with curiosity. "We have much to share," she said. "But first, let us show you the heart of our world." The villagers led them to a towering structure made of crystal and stone, its spires reaching toward the sky. Inside, the air was cool and filled with a soft, pulsating light. Elira guided them to a central chamber, where a large, glowing orb hovered in the air. "This is the Nexus," Elira explained. "It is the source of our power and knowledge. Through it, we are connected to the life force of Elysium and the cosmos beyond." Arya was mesmerized by the orb, its light seeming to pulse in time with her own heartbeat. She reached out, feeling a gentle warmth emanating from it. As her fingers brushed the surface, a surge of energy coursed through her, filling her mind with visions of distant stars and ancient civilizations. "Arya, are you okay?" Jackson asked, his voice tinged with concern. Arya blinked, the visions fading. She nodded, a sense of clarity washing over her. "I'm fine. I saw things. Incredible things." Elira smiled, her eyes twinkling with understanding. "The Nexus has chosen you. It sees your potential and wishes to share its wisdom with you." Arya felt a sense of awe and responsibility. She knew that this connection to the Nexus was a gift, but it also came with great responsibility. As they continued to explore Elysium and learn from its people, Arya and Jackson discovered that the planet held many secrets, some of which could change the fate of the universe. Their time on Elysium was filled with wonder and discovery. They learned about the planet's unique ecosystem, its ancient history, and the advanced technology that the villagers used to live in harmony with nature. Arya and Jackson spent hours in the Nexus chamber, studying the orb and unlocking its secrets. But their peaceful exploration was soon interrupted by a dire warning. Elira called an emergency meeting, her expression grave. "We have detected a disturbance in the fabric of space," she said. "A powerful entity is approaching, and it threatens to destroy everything in its path." The crew of the Valiant sprang into action, coordinating with the villagers to prepare for the impending threat. Arya and Jackson took charge of organizing the defense, using their knowledge of the Nexus to devise a plan. As the entity drew closer, the sky darkened, and a sense of foreboding settled over Elysium. The villagers and the crew stood together, ready to defend their home. The ground trembled, and a massive rift opened in the sky, revealing a swirling vortex of darkness. From the vortex emerged the entity, a colossal being of pure energy, its form shifting and pulsating with malevolent power. Arya felt the Nexus resonate with her, its energy flowing through her veins. She knew that they had to act quickly to stop the entity and save Elysium. "Focus on the Nexus," Elira instructed. "It is our only hope." Arya and Jackson joined hands, their minds merging with the Nexus. They felt its power surge within them, amplifying their thoughts and intentions. Together they directed the energy toward the entity, creating a barrier of light that pushed against the darkness. The entity roared in fury, its energy clashing with the barrier. Arya and Jackson poured all their strength into the Nexus, their determination unwavering. The battle raged on, the air crackling with energy as light and darkness collided. Slowly, the barrier began to push the entity back, its form fracturing and dissipating. Arya felt the strain on her body, but she refused to give up. With one final surge of energy, the entity shattered, its remnants dissolving into the void. The sky cleared, and a sense of peace settled over Elysium. The villagers and the crew cheered, their spirits lifted by the victory. Elira approached Arya and Jackson, her eyes filled with gratitude. "You have saved us," she said. "The Nexus chose wisely." Arya smiled, her heart swelling with pride. "We couldn't have done it without all of you." As the crew of the Valiant prepared to leave Elysium, Arya felt a deep connection to the planet and its people. She knew that their journey was far from over, but she was ready for whatever challenges lay ahead. The stars awaited, and with the power of the Nexus within her, she felt invincible. The Valiant continued its voyage through the cosmos, exploring new worlds and uncovering the secrets of the universe. Arya and Jackson remained at the forefront of these missions, their bond growing stronger with each adventure. They faced dangers and discovered wonders beyond their wildest dreams, their experiences shaping them into the leaders they were destined to become. One of their most memorable missions took them to the planet Viridian, a world covered in dense forests and teeming with exotic wildlife. The Valiant had received a transmission from a research outpost that had gone silent, and the crew was sent to investigate. As they descended through the thick canopy, Arya marveled at the vibrant colors and the sounds of the jungle. The air was thick with humidity, and the scent of blooming flowers filled their senses. The shuttle touched down in a clearing, and the team disembarked, their scanners at the ready. Lieutenant Harris led the way, his keen eyes scanning the surroundings. "Stay close and be alert," he instructed. "We don't know what we're dealing with here." Arya and Jackson followed, their senses heightened. The jungle was alive with movement, the shadows shifting as creatures darted through the underbrush. They reached the research outpost, finding it abandoned and overgrown with vegetation. The team split up to search for clues, and Arya's scanner detected a faint energy signature. She followed the signal, leading her to a hidden chamber beneath the outpost. Inside, she found a large, intricately carved stone tablet covered in ancient symbols. "Jackson, come look at this," Arya called out, her voice filled with excitement. Jackson hurried over, his eyes widening as he saw the tablet. "What do you think it is?" he asked. His curiosity piqued. Arya studied the symbols, her mind racing. "It looks like some kind of ancient artifact. We need to decipher these symbols and find out what it means." They worked tirelessly, using their knowledge of alien languages and the data from the Nexus to decode the symbols. As they made progress, they uncovered a story of an ancient civilization that once thrived on Viridian. The tablet spoke of a powerful artifact known as the Heart of Viridian, said to hold the key to unimaginable power and knowledge. Arya and Jackson knew that they had to find the Heart of Viridian before it fell into the wrong hands. They gathered the team and set out on a quest through the jungle, following the clues left by the ancient civilization. Their journey was fraught with danger. They encountered treacherous terrain, hidden traps, and fierce creatures guarding the artifact. But with determination and teamwork, they pressed on, their goal always in sight. After days of travel, they reached a hidden temple deep within the jungle. The entrance was guarded by towering statues, their eyes seeming to follow the team's every move. Arya felt a sense of awe and trepidation as they stepped inside, the air thick with the weight of history. The temple's interior was a maze of corridors and chambers, each filled with puzzles and challenges designed to test their resolve. Arya and Jackson worked together, using their wits and skills to overcome each obstacle. They felt the presence of the Nexus guiding them, its energy a constant source of strength. Finally, they reached the heart of the temple, where the Heart of Viridian lay waiting. The artifact was a glowing crystal, pulsating with a vibrant light that filled the chamber with warmth. Arya felt its power resonate within her, a connection similar to the one she had felt with the Nexus. As she reached out to touch the crystal, a vision filled her mind. She saw the ancient civilization that had created the heart, their wisdom and achievements etched into her memory. She understood that the heart was not just a source of power, but a symbol of unity and harmony with the universe. With great reverence, Arya carefully retrieved the Heart of Viridian. The team made their way back to the shuttle, their mission a resounding success. As they departed from Viridian, Arya felt a sense of fulfillment and purpose. She knew that the heart would be a valuable asset to their journey, a beacon of hope and knowledge. The Valiant's adventures continued, each mission bringing new challenges and discoveries. Arya and Jackson's bond grew stronger, their experiences shaping them into the leaders they were destined to become. They faced dangers and uncovered wonders beyond their wildest dreams, their journey through the cosmos a testament to the power of courage, friendship, and the unyielding human spirit. One of their most significant encounters was with the enigmatic Nebulans, a highly advanced race that resided in the Andromeda sector. The Nebulans were known for their vast knowledge and mysterious technology, and the Valiant's crew was eager to learn from them. The Nebulans welcomed the crew with open arms, their sleek, silver ships gliding gracefully through space. Arya and Jackson were invited to the Nebulan capital, a city of shimmering towers and floating platforms that seemed to defy gravity. As they explored the city, Arya marveled at the Nebulan's technological prowess. They were shown incredible devices that could manipulate energy, bend space-time, and heal injuries in an instant. The Nebulan's knowledge seemed limitless, and Arya felt a deep sense of admiration and respect for their achievements. During their stay, Arya and Jackson were introduced to the Nebulan Council, a group of wise and ancient beings who governed their society. The council shared their history and wisdom, revealing secrets of the universe that had long been hidden from humanity. One of the council members, an elder named Zephyrus, took a particular interest in Arya. He sensed the connection she had with the Nexus and the Heart of Viridian, and saw great potential within her. Arya, Zephyrus said, his voice resonating with a calm, otherworldly tone, "You possess a rare gift. The Nexus and the Heart of Viridian have chosen you for a reason. You are destined to be a guardian of knowledge and a beacon of hope in the cosmos." Arya felt a mixture of pride and humility. "Thank you, Zephyrus. I will do my best to honor this responsibility." Zephyrus smiled, his eyes twinkling with wisdom. "I have no doubt that you will. But remember, with great power comes great responsibility. Use your gifts wisely, and always strive to make the universe a better place." As their time with the Nebulans came to an end, the council gifted Arya and Jackson with a device known as the Star Compass. The Star Compass was a powerful artifact that could guide them to hidden realms and lost civilizations, opening new pathways in their journey through the stars. With the star compass in hand, the Valiant's crew set out on new adventures, their spirits lifted by the knowledge and wisdom they had gained. They traveled to distant galaxies, uncovered ancient relics, and forged alliances with new civilizations. Each mission brought new challenges, but Arya and Jackson faced them with unwavering courage and determination. One of their most harrowing missions took them to the edge of the known universe, where they encountered a rogue black hole threatening to consume an entire star system. The Valiant's crew worked tirelessly to devise a plan to stabilize the black hole and save the system's inhabitants. Arya and Jackson played a crucial role in the mission, using the Nexus in the heart of Viridian to manipulate the gravitational forces and stabilize the black hole. It was a race against time, but their efforts were successful, and the star system was saved. The inhabitants of the system hailed the crew as heroes, their gratitude immeasurable. Arya and Jackson felt a deep sense of fulfillment, knowing that their actions had made a difference in the lives of countless beings. As they continued their journey, the Valiant's crew became known throughout the cosmos as explorers, protectors, and friends. Their adventures inspired others to reach for the stars and strive for a better future. Arya and Jackson's bond grew stronger with each passing day, their partnership a testament to the power of friendship and trust. They faced dangers and uncovered wonders beyond their wildest dreams, their journey through the cosmos a beacon of hope and inspiration. As they looked out into the vast expanse of space, the stars twinkling with endless possibilities, Arya knew that their adventure was far from over. The universe was full of mysteries waiting to be discovered, and with Jackson by her side, she was ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead. Their journey through the stars continued, filled with wonder, danger, and the unbreakable bonds of friendship. Arya and Jackson were more than just explorers, they were guardians of the cosmos, destined to protect and uncover the secrets of the universe. And as they soared through the infinite void, their hearts filled with hope and determination. They knew that the stars would always guide them home. As the Valiant journeyed through the cosmos, the crew's reputation as protectors and explorers grew. They faced myriad challenges and discovered countless wonders, each adventure deepening their understanding of the universe and their place within it. One day, the star compass began to glow with an intensity they had never seen before. Arya and Jackson gathered with the crew in the navigation chamber, watching as the device projected a holographic map of the stars, highlighting a distant, uncharted region of space. "It's leading us somewhere important," Jackson said, his voice filled with anticipation. Captain Rourke studied the map, his expression thoughtful. "This could be our most significant discovery yet. Set a course for the uncharted region." The Valiant altered its trajectory, the engines humming as they propelled the ship toward the unknown. Days turned into weeks as they traveled deeper into uncharted space, the stars around them growing increasingly unfamiliar. Finally, they arrived at their destination, a massive, swirling nebula of vibrant colors and strange energy signatures. At the heart of the nebula lay a planet unlike any they had ever seen. Its surface shimmered with a golden light, and its atmosphere sparkled with energy. "Prepare for descent," Captain Rourke ordered. The shuttlecraft was prepped, and Arya and Jackson joined the landing party. As they descended through the nebula, the energy around them crackled with a palpable intensity. The shuttle touched down on the planet's surface, which was covered in crystalline structures that refracted light in every direction. The air was charged with energy, making the hair on their arms stand on end. Arya felt a sense of awe and trepidation as they disembarked. "This place is incredible," Jackson whispered, his eyes wide with wonder. Arya nodded, her gaze sweeping across the landscape. "It's like nothing we've ever seen before." They began to explore, their scanners picking up strange energy readings. As they ventured deeper into the crystalline forest, they discovered an ancient, towering structure that seemed to pulse with life. At the entrance to the structure, they were greeted by a figure made entirely of light. The figure's form shifted and shimmered, its voice echoing in their minds. "Welcome, travelers," the figure said. "I am the guardian of the Nexus. You have been chosen to unlock the secrets of this world and fulfill your destiny." Arya stepped forward, her heart pounding. "What is this place?" The Guardian's light intensified. "This is the nexus of all realities, the convergence point of countless universes. Within this structure lies the knowledge and power to shape the fabric of existence itself." The crew exchanged awed glances. They knew that they had stumbled upon something truly extraordinary. The Guardian continued, "To access the Nexus, you must prove your worthiness. Only those with pure hearts and noble intentions can unlock its secrets. Arya felt the weight of the Guardian's words. She knew that this was the culmination of their journey, the moment they had been destined for. She looked at Jackson, who nodded in silent agreement. Together, they stepped forward, their minds and hearts open to the challenge. The Guardian's light enveloped them, and they were transported into a realm of pure energy and consciousness. In this realm, they faced trials that tested their courage, wisdom, and compassion. They encountered visions of their past, their fears, and their hopes. Each trial brought them closer to the truth of their own hearts and the power within them. Finally, they reached the center of the Nexus, where a massive crystal pulsated with energy. Arya and Jackson placed their hands on the crystal, feeling its warmth and power surge through them. "You have proven yourselves worthy," the Guardian's voice echoed. "The knowledge and power of the Nexus are now yours to wield. Use them wisely and protect the balance of the universe." As the energy of the Nexus filled them, Arya and Jackson felt a profound connection to the cosmos. They understood the delicate balance of existence and their role as its guardians. When they returned to the physical world, they found the Valiant's crew waiting for them, their faces filled with anticipation. Arya and Jackson shared their experience, and the crew celebrated their newfound knowledge and power. With the Nexus's power, the Valiant continued its journey, now with a greater purpose. They became protectors of the balance, using their abilities to prevent cosmic disasters and aid civilizations in need. Their adventures took them to the farthest reaches of the universe, each mission a testament to their courage and determination. Years passed, and Arya and Jackson grew into legendary figures, their names spoken with reverence across the cosmos. They never lost sight of their humble beginnings or the bond that had carried them through countless trials. One day, as they gazed out at the stars from the observation deck, Jackson turned to Arya with a smile. "We've come a long way, haven't we?" Arya nodded, her eyes reflecting the infinite expanse of space. "And we have so much further to go." They stood together, side by side, knowing that their journey would never truly end. The stars beckoned, and with the power of the Nexus within them, they were ready to face whatever the universe had in store. As they embarked on their next adventure, the Valiant soared through the cosmos, a beacon of hope and courage. And in the hearts of Arya and Jackson, the light of the Nexus shone brightly, guiding them on their eternal journey through the stars.